Okay, let's see if this is working. Okay, let's see if this is working. Okay. Hi, everyone. Let me know if you can hear. I think I have a delay worse than ever. Mm. Hello, beauties. Somebody let me know if you can hear me. Okay, good. Thank you. All right. Hi, everyone. Oh, thank you for saying where you're from. I always love when everyone does that so you can connect with like-minded souls in your area. Um, One thing I need to double check one more thing here on the platform. I want to talk about what's going on. We're having so much change happening and it's so fast, it's so accelerated. And some of you know that I've been traveling. I went back to visit my kids. They were going to be in the same area at the same time and see my granddaughter, who was born on my birthday, who is my reflection. But on the way back is where the experiences, I already explained in the last live I did the experience I was having where we've come to the point where I was standing on top of old timelines and just observing them and watching them just fall away. But there's something different happening now. So I want to explain what I had in the visions and from the grid work that I did through the airports. And I want to give you that that information from the perspective and how I'm receiving it and seeing it. So I was supposed to fly. I flew on the 19th, okay? And I was supposed to be routed through upper part of the United States, coming back down to the Southwest. That all, Spirit always does what Spirit needs to do. So that was shifted. And I did not go that way. The first flight was canceled for mechanical issues or whatever. It never came into the airport where I was at, and it had to take me, I was rerouted. I was rerouted down through the East Coast where I originally was going to go, but what I was going to be doing was visiting a friend, and that got canceled for no reason. You don't need to know. No one needs to know. It doesn't matter. But Spirit rerouted me back through that exact airport. And so when I was going through that airport, I started receiving this massive blast of light walking through the Atlanta airport in the big corridor where anybody that's been through there knows it's an international airport, it's a hub. So there was a lot of people there. All of a sudden this blast of light comes in and they were telling me, you're going to need to prepare, you're going to need to prepare. And I'm trying to find a seat. Like, you need to prepare. All of a sudden, walking in the middle aisle, blast of light comes in, throws me back. I let go of my carry-on, you know, I let it go, and I'm in the middle of the aisle in the Atlanta airport. I'm just like this, going zzz. I'm getting all this light because that's what when we transform, is what we do. It's coming through the body, and I was seeing all this light come in, and they're like, it's super high frequency. They're like, expand it. And when I did that, I saw it go through my body. It went to the north, up through the US, in through Canada and above. It went to the south, which would be all the lower states, down through Bahamas into the oceans. It went through the west, directly across the United States, and it basically was going around the whole globe. And it went to the east until it like rejoins right, each other, but it had to be in this section. I'm not sure all the elevated levels why, but I knew where I was in that area was the place where they had erected the Georgia something stones, some kind of monuments that were erected years ago that actually is talking about how the earth will be taken back to 500 million people. And somebody blew it up in 2020. Somebody blew those stones up in 2020 saying we don't come, we're not complying with your with your games. Anyways, I saw when they went the four corners, then I saw the light blasting out in between like the pies. And when that happened, I can see it in the earth happening. I can see it goes down to the diamond core. I've always seen Gaia having a diamond core center, and it refracted or reflected, thank you, reflected back up, and it's pushing more light into those spaces and places where it needs to be elevated. So more of this stuff from the dark opposing energy or whatever you want to call it on this planet, it's bringing more truth to the surface even again. So those of you that are grid workers, pillars of light on the planet, doing this kind of stuff, I was shown what was actually underneath those stones. So there's old connection to Atlantis. So it's Atlanta now. But there was a connection to Atlantis underneath there, to the old Atlantis, which is playing out, being reduced in everything that you see happening on the earth right now. A lot of those game players are still here, and they are being reduced. And as I said in my newsletter for May, I had written when I got the download and the information from the council, is that new leadership was coming. So some of these persons are going to be removed from the planet. So that is coming. They don't give me dates. You never get the dates. I get like times. I get like space and time. That's how we work. So that happened. So I wanted to share that with you, because for those of you that do that kind of work, you have had that light come in and blast you that day, and you would be expanding that. If that ever happens to you, when you have all this light come in and you don't understand what to do, take it through, all the way through your body, throughout your foot chakras, through your Earth Star chakra, and just flow it right into Mother's Diamond Core. Okay, so little tip for you, for those that don't understand, that may be waking up and all of a sudden your body is doing those things. Okay, so that happened. So with all my flights, I was in the airport at noon and didn't get to my destination until 3 a.m. the next day because of all. So I was like, okay, I needed to be here. And I want to tell you, I talk about having to live in the moment, and this whole last year, because I haven't had a home. So I'm just popping around. But I was really tested to being in that moment I was on 4 standby flights after my book flight canceled. 4 standbys going to the airport, to this gate, to this gate, to this gate, like making the circle. I kept going to have to keep checking each gate, see what I got on. And I realized when I stepped back and looked at it and just observed it, I was creating this vortex in the middle of the airport. And I was like, oh, as I was watching the energy, I'm like, okay, so there's some kind of opening and clearing happening there. So pay attention to everything that happens that you may not think is how it's supposed to be, but it is, because Spirit is redirecting you, rerouting you. And I literally physically was being rerouted. I actually just wrote about that in the private academy. So all these little things. So for me, there was no frustration, there was no anger, there was the knowing that okay, I need to be here in this moment for whatever the purpose is that I'm being guided. So trust what's happening, okay? Trust what's happening in your life. If something doesn't work out, it's because you're on the trajectory of the better plan, the bigger plan, for what you're here to do on the planet. Okay, so even though I got home 3 a.m., I was exhausted, I had to cancel my private academy QA quantum healing course yesterday because I was exhausted. But today I woke up and I was coming out and I was getting all of these visions. And so if you ever followed me before when I did the lives on Facebook way back years ago, I had drawn a timeline on how the timeline on the earth is so fake, you know, from all the things that you're supposed to do according to the game. You know, when you're born, when you're supposed to go to school, by the time you graduate, you know, you have to go to this school, you have to go to this university, you have to do this, do that. You have to have, by this time in your life, a big house, you know, 2 children, a cat and a dog, whatever. Oh, it's no. That's the false narrative. So what I was seeing this morning in the visions are all these timelines, hundreds and hundreds of timelines. And what I was seeing was, if you take the straight line, okay, you have the horizontal line. That's the horizontal timeline. Our true timeline is this way. Okay, if you have that timeline, I was seeing the beginning of it starting to curl, and it was curling, and the thing, it was all folding, basically folding and curling into itself. It was all just going into itself, curling into it until it made this ball. And when it made this ball, it started to spin. And I'm like, well, look at that. And I'm like watching this timeline become this ball and of energy, and then it like went like that, and it looked like another world. So I was like, oh, okay. It was hold on a second, let me see how we want to explain this. It's a fraction of the reality of that which once was that you participated in. And in that fraction of that reality, it has created another world for those that are in that frequency or in that vibration. They will be on that world. So I hope that makes sense the way we're explaining that. So it's just like when the diamond core reflects, it reflects all of these sparks and all of these, you know, different, it's all one energy and one light, but the reflection's helping to disconnect the world that you're not part of anymore. And so it's also connected to, okay, so I don't know if any of you saw that second discussion I had with Emilio last year. I talked about how when I was in Hawaii last year on all that grid work, how I woke up one morning 3 times in a row. I kept getting up, and it wasn't the room that I was actually sleeping in. It was a whole nother room, but I heard someone knocking on the door, and I got up. It happened 3 times, and the first time I was like, I was supposed to have a cleaning lady come in that day, that the house I rent from, they have a cleaning lady. I got up, and the cleaning lady, it was dark. I'm like, well, no one's going to be there. You know, it's still dark outside. She's not supposed to be here until like 9 o'clock. And I was looking around, and I was like, this is weird. And so I had gone back to bed. I woke up again. Knock, 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 somebody knocking on the door, or me hearing that. It was really super loud. I got up the next time, okay? I got up again. I look around, totally different room than the one I was in. I'm like, oh my God, I'm jumping timelines here. It was still not even the sun up. It was getting light up, not the sun, no sun yet. I'm like, this is weird. Went back to sleep. I knew what I was doing, but the way it was happening was just strange. So a 3rd time, knock, knock, knock. I'm like, oh, she's probably here now. I got up. I'm like, okay, it's light up. She must be here. I'll get out of bed. I get out of bed. No one's there. And I was like, what's going on? Why am I getting knock, knock, knock? So basically it was the message to pay attention. So this happened to me last year. Now I'm getting a lot of direct messages and people in the academy that are having this experience now. And what's happening with them is they're having things that are going missing. I've had that many times for the past 5 years or so, where things go missing. You get up and you're like, oh, where's that? Wait, this place doesn't look right. You go back, and then all of a sudden you're back to a different trajectory. It's going to keep happening. So this is happening, and you're in that space and place where you're going to be choosing which world that you're going to be in. Which world are you going to, they're saying, attune to with your energetic vibration and frequency? Which one do you choose? Which one feels right for you? There will be the one where you're going to feel so amazing, pain-free. I know a lot of you are going to be like, oh, I want that one, because of everything going on through the ascension process. The body goes through physical exertion, they're saying, but that's from the energies. So this is coming, this is happening. You're going to be shown these different timelines. But for now, the collapsing on the new worlds that are being created, they're being created from the collective consciousness collapsing it. So you're all participating in a way that is assisting with this collapsing. And I'm sure there's others out there talking about it, but I can only share the experience and how I'm shown how this happens. So it is happening. And it's part of this rebirth. It's part of not just your rebirth, but the rebirth of the earth and the world that you wish to be in. So those are the things that are happening. Then I need to 1 second with this. Now, in all of that, you're also feeling and seeing consciousness shift that's happening and being created. You just know it because you're being delivered to your door things that are happening. And when I say to your door, you're your home, you're your home, you're your vessel. You're being delivered choices, constant choices that will lift you to the next part of the reality that you wish to be part of, that you wish to exist in. This is not something that is not happening only for certain people. It's actually happening for everyone. But you are living in a consciousness or in a conscious state now, those of you that are awakened, that will be able to observe the difference. You will feel it, you will observe it, you are aware of all that is around you. And in this space, in this reality that you're currently existing in, whether you're with other people in your life or not, you still are going to have a choice that you will make for your highest trajectory. If you're in a relationship or you have a family, and you are in any kind of fear, if I make that choice for myself, am I being selfish? No. You're not being selfish. When you make the choice for what is bettered for the collective, for the earth, and also for your family and your family lineage, you're not shifting just yourself out of their life. You're still there. And you're just going to be that higher version, the next step up, next level up, and they will have to meet you there. So don't be afraid that if you make a decision that the people you love are not going to be with you or part of your reality. So the consciousness shift is coming. So it was the 19th after there was a huge portal this weekend. I did a webinar, Return to Grace. It was absolutely beautiful. That was with the mothers again, of course, but okay, hold on. Your reality is in creation in every moment, in every breath that you take. Your heart expansion, your level of light, and your consciousness behavior sets the tone for that which you wish to be, that which you know who you truly are. and that which you wish to attain in all your worlds, in all your lifetimes. You are not just making this choice for now, for this life, for this moment. You are changing the direction and the trajectory for all of your lives at once for your soul. It is in this space and place that we wish for you to understand that change is inevitable, that evolution is key, and that probability is always possibility. However, many of you think in the small mind that you cannot do something, that it will not happen. We are here to tell you that the veil has shifted and thinned so much in the past 25 years on your planet. And we ask you, are you ready? Are you ready for that which you've waited for? Are you ready for that which you have come here to assist with? Knowing that every step of the way, when you pay attention to your inner guidance, you are being directed from the holy ones, the source, the angels that assist you, and your highest self, your highest source self will never lead you astray. Be that in which you are. You are love, and you're here to embody the love of God, of Source. You are this. Embody it and walk your path. For you are your own Christed Savior, as your Christ consciousness is within you, not outside of you. Your Christed crystalline consciousness, expanded through your heart center, allows you to make the choices, take the walk your path, and you say, walk your talk in ways you've never dreamed of. Mitele hula mahala, nahola kia tetera, nashkiaras katanna maura mahi, amor. We wish for you to understand that your frequency is up to you. You are elemental beings on this planet with many different aspects. And no one should hold any grudge, any hate, any ill remorse towards anyone for any life that they've ever lived, for you will only be judging yourself and hold yourself in a vibration and a frequency that does not allow you to evolve. We ask you to look at the big picture, and we ask you to understand that every life you've ever lived has been different. You've been the darkest of the dark, and you've been the lightest of the light. And you've been all in between. Can you stand in your power and neutralize any behavior or negative thoughts that you have towards others because your ego mind takes you there? Are you able to understand that everyone is your reflection in some way? So never hate upon another. Never talk against another soul, because you're only talking against yourself. Hold your highest trajectory, hold your highest frequency in love. Have love for every single soul upon your planet. No matter what their choices are and what they're doing, it's not up to you to judge. Baleakikia no uto uru nache. Amor. Okay. Okay. Oof. Okay, all right. So I think that I feel like I explained everything. The visions of the new worlds. So how those are being created is the timelines that they're collapsing for you, that you existed in, are creating those new worlds. Because I saw them popping off into different, and you could call them different Earths, whatever. Because there's so many different Earths, but there's more and more creation. Because if you have the realization and you understand, oh, now I'm getting the swirling. I'm getting like the galaxy swirl. If you understand being the creator of your reality and which you wish to keep going in your actual timeline this way, not this way, the more you stay in love, which you can use the word neutralizes everything and allows you to see and be and live as that higher perspective and for the bigger picture, you understand the reality of the different worlds. And you can call them lower worlds if you want to. Hold on. They're saying terminology is not meant to criticize. It's just a word that is being used, because I said lower worlds because that's what they gave me. It's just a word it's a term being used to capture what that world is. So you're moving beyond it. So some of you may actually have, you're going through the different worlds. You're going through the different, you're creating the new timelines. You're shifting yourself. You're ascending. All right? Ascension's happening. It's happening. Whether you believe it is or not, it's happening. Oh, I'm getting really high right now at the moment. Hang on. Something's coming in. We wish for all to know your perspective. Your vision may be different. However, there is one goal. And it does not matter if you're a teacher, if Keleena is a teacher, or there are 1 million other teachers that are bringing you this information. There is one goal. And as Keleena always states, and we will reiterate this, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. But pay attention to your own visions, your own knowing. And allow your inner wisdom to help you, assist you, to make the choices that are right for you. It is an amazing time upon your planet. Whether it feels or seems like it or not, all of you that have awakened, that are lifting your levels of light and love, and filled with the light and love of Christ and the Christ consciousness. As you make these decisions, you are creating the new world in oneness. It is the reality. Those that wish to go a different way, it is their choice. Pay attention to your thoughts, your behaviors, your actions, and any repeating patterns that continue to come for some of you. You will automatically know, I've done this before and this is the same way it happened, and I'm in the same space again. Don't question what you've done wrong. Know in your heart that you will not do it again. Sometimes that's all it takes. The Divine Creator is good. It is love. It is all that you are. Flow to your destiny through your heart. Here we go. I like that. So I hope that assists all of you. Kulupukua mahala akia nashurama amor. I'm like super high right now. All right, so the last live that was in April, basically I talked about what I already said here in the beginning, how I was walking on top of old timelines, just looking at them and understanding my disconnect. And the reason I have those experiences is to teach you. So I always teach from experience, from inner wisdom, inner knowing, and parallel realities. So today's visions and everything were really perfect, on point for right now for all of you, because you're going to be going through some things that are going to allow you, if you haven't already, experience these things. So more and more of you are going to experience the jumping timelines and going, oh, this one's even better, or this one's even better. If you come back to the one that you're not wanting to be on, take a look at what your fear is as to why you're not staying in that timeline that you really want to be, where you really want to stay. All right? Take a look at the fear. What is a deep fear inside of me that I would fear not wanting to stay on this timeline that I'm feeling really good on, that is taking me to my highest trajectory, that is aligned with all that I know I'm here to do? And see what happens. All right? Barikia kokurash niyama anama nahi. Okay. Many blessings, everyone. Thank you, Spirit. The guides, the Lyran Syrian Council said we are complete. So I just wanted to bring that to you today. I wish you all an amazing rest of the day, depending on where you are. And rest of this week. Friday is going to be an amazing day for those. Some of you are really going to feel a shift. But there's going to be, some of you are having Kundalini things activate. That's Uranus. Uranus is doing its thing. But it's shifting you into movement of peeling back more of the layers of who you used to be, who you think you are, so that that best version of yourself can come forth more, to come online. And some of you are going to have more modalities coming online. It's all coming. It's all happening. I know there's people thinking that this is going to happen 100 years from now, but I keep asking my guides, why am I able to do certain things, disappear in photos, stuff like this, and there people are saying this is going to happen another 100 or 200 years from now, but they're like, no, It's individual. Please understand that. The more of us that move into this kind of reality and we teach this, or we can do the activations, bring in the key codes to help others, you're going to move into that quicker and faster. So we accelerate this, what's happening and what some people are saying is going to be in 200 years. It can happen now for you. Because it depends on what you chose. Depends on your being, your soul, and what you came here to do. All right? We're here as these elemental beings, these angelics, these higher frequency beings, and you came here to help the planet. You came here to help the collective consciousness, and you came here to be who you are without judgment towards yourself. Because believe me, I'm always looking at myself going, why are people so mean? Why are they so mean? Am I being mean to someone? My guys are like, no, you're not being mean to someone, but people that are still in those worlds don't understand people from these worlds. So star seeds, light workers, all of you grid workers that came in to do this, just remember, there are those that will not understand you. Like what happened to me in the airport when I flew back and the crowd was going around me and the guy stood behind me, he used the word JC, what the hell, HEO was that, you know? And I just, boom, I expanded everything out through the airport, and you get the weird looks and all the things, but sometimes you're exactly where you need to be, even if it's in a very big public place, to do what you need to do. So trust the process, trust who you are, and trust that you are one of the keys on this planet. Everybody holds a key. And you're needed. You're absolutely needed. You are one of the pieces of the puzzle. And this does not happen without you. Okay, everyone? I love you. Hang in there. We have a lot happening. And, someone's saying you didn't get a notification. If you didn't get a notification that I'm live, this is because of the algorithms, and YouTube does what it wants to. Just really quick, you have to unfollow and refollow and click the bell for all notifications again, because they turn it off without telling you. This is just what they do. So I did some research and that's what I found out. So, all right, I love you, everyone. I will see you soon. And for those of you that are on the private academy, the free space, the part, they're getting a lot more information, but I had to come in here and do this. Bye, everybody. See you soon. Many blessings.